kind of seg back into wrestling, you got Phoenix Championship Wrestling coming up on November 19th. What's going to be going on in that show?
So this is one of our biggest shows of the year, actually. This we're going to be holding our tag team title tournament to crown the very first Phoenix Championship Wrestling tag team champions. So we have a field of 8 coming into the night. Bracket system, so the winner is going to have to wrestle at least 3 times to win. We have a lot of young teams from Vegas, such as Los Suavecitos, Sky High, are in the tournament, who are two young teams that I absolutely love. We have the Keepers of the Faith. That's myself and my partner, Gabriel Gallo. We have the Gods of War, which is Hammerstone and Graves. We have a local team, the MK Army, is a luchador team, who are very violent and very good. We have Res Dogs, which is Kyle Hawk and Coco. We have our homegrown talent as well. Flyboy Freddy and Devin Reno are teaming up. We also have 2 other training AZ grads, Tommy Test and MBW. So it's a stacked card. In addition to Vegas's Rachelle Riveter is going to be on the card as well. She'll be taking on one of our female students from Training AZ, Zamaya, who's making her PCW AZ debut that evening. So it's Kevin Koa's defending the Slam U title. It's a stacked card, stacked night. Tickets are on sale right now at PCWAZ.com. Our shows are always a great time, always a packed house, a wild and ruckus crowd ready to go. And we're looking forward to crowning the first tag team champions next Saturday night.
That's a big card. And if you search Las Vegas Wrestling Scene Confidential, go to our YouTube channel, Las Vegas Wrestling Scene. You can get a little background in, because we have interviews on there with Rachelle Riveter, the M.O.M., and we're also going to have an interview with Mondo Rocks from Sky High. So you can get a little bit of a background before you go into the show. Now, how can people outside of Phoenix catch up and watch some of your shows?
So the best way to keep up to speed in real time as far as what's going on is follow our Instagram page at PCWAZ. We also have a YouTube page. You can just search it, Phoenix Championship Wrestling. Our matches are put up there very regularly. Sometimes there is a lag time, though. So I think we're almost pretty much up to date with all of our events right now, but there is a little bit of a lag time, so just be aware of that. Or you can find the latest news on PCWAZ.com.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a great show. That'll be a lot of fun. And a lot of high-end talents. Hammerstone, the FSW champion, MLW champion. So big time guys you can see on national TV.
That's what we're trying to do from the first place, Gerald, is we were trying to present something different than everybody else out there, especially in this area. We put a strong focus on skill. Whereas there are no free spots given on the show. We're like, okay, you showed up, you get a match. Oh, hey, maybe we'll find something for you. Does not work that way. You have to be able to wrestle at a high level in order to be on our events, plain and simple. And I think that's the biggest reason why we are the biggest show in the state of Arizona, is because we're so much different than the others. And we don't, use all the same guys that you can see 50 other times that month. And we try to make our own stars, and we try to have make the roster younger, and those new up and comers is what we're looking for. And even especially with the women, we only started having women's matches a couple shows ago because, and I'll be frank, most of the female talent is not that good in this area or in the surrounding area. That's my opinion. People can say they disagree with me. That's okay. But we were looking for a very specific type of female wrestler, one that you could put in there with a guy, hypothetically, and they could keep up and not embarrass themselves. And we found that with Danielle Kamala, who's former NXT's Vanessa Bourne. She was on, she was the first woman that we put on our card. Jasmine Allure from Texas we've had on, who's phenomenal. And Rochelle's great, and she's one of our mainstays now. And the only reason we have, not the only reason, but the main reason we have her there is because she's that good. And that's the type of people we're looking for, whether it's male or female. We want people that are highly skilled in pro wrestling and obviously have something else to offer, marketability, can connect with fans, that type of thing.
Hey, you want it to be a destination show, not just for the fans, but also for the fighters.
Yeah, and the key again, we try to. It's what I like best about our shows too is that the vast majority of the crowd that's there, which can be range from anywhere from 400 to 600 people per show, are not your typical wrestling internet fan. Those people are going to show up no matter what. And honestly, in Arizona, that pool is very small. So I'm not worried about them. If they're going to come no matter what. And if they don't, it's really it's no difference to me. We always put a focus on the normal person. I say the normal person. I don't mean that in an offensive term to any wrestling fans out there.
Casual fan.
Yeah, casual fan or yeah, civilians, if you will. And our whole objective was get them in the door once, hook them with the wrestling and the characters and the believability aspect of what we do, and we'll have a customer for life. And that's what we've done. Like, we hit the ground running after COVID ended. Our first show back, we had about 600 people there, brand new, most never seen wrestling before. And they come every single time now because they're hooked, because we didn't insult their intelligence. I think that's the biggest thing. We didn't put people out there that had no reason being in the ring in the first place, that were an embarrassment to what we did. They looked at everybody that wrestled and go, wow, these guys are really skilled. And I think that's important and very overlooked by a variety of different places, whether it's for financial reasons or ego reasons or whatever the case may be. To me, that's the best formula you can have is highly skilled athletes that don't insult what we do.